There's been a lot of questions on my Facebook page and in some of the comments on my YouTube videos asking, man, how do you get those sounds? I'm gonna go through that and more coming up. Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Fleury. I do funny drum covers, drum lessons, and I do some vlog stuff. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Let's move on to the lesson, shall we? Okay, so there's a lot of different techniques when it comes to tuning your toms. So the first thing I want to show you guys are the skins that I use on my drum set. I'll just get a nice close-up shot here. So with these two paired together, they sound really good. I've got the G2 on the top, and then on the resonant side, I have the Genera Rezo by Evans. So all my stuff is Evans drum heads, and I'll show you a couple little tricks how to get my rack tom sound. First thing you need is your drum key, and then I'm going to use the existing skins on here just to show you how I use it. Seat your drum head, tighten it so the wrinkles are out, and then I take this drum dial and I ensure on every lug that it is all equal. So it takes the guesswork out of all of your tuning. And this first rack tom here is a 10-inch. I tune it roughly to between 70 and 75 for tension on each lug. So I'll go around, you can see the face of the dial here, the needle points at a certain number, and then you go around each lug ensuring that you have the same tension. And then once I'm done doing that, I'll go to the center of the drum and see what the overall tension is, which in this case, it's about 73. And it's really that simple. I know Glenn Fricker is a big fan of the drum dial too because it really creates a convenience for somebody in the studio who really needs to get their stuff tuned up and do a session. And like myself, I do a lot of session work, so in order to keep my drums in tune before I go record, which wink wink is a really good idea, I use this drum dial. Now already I've dialed it in with my ear and I know what I'm going for basically. After playing for about 16, 17 years, you kind of get the idea of what you're going for as far as your tom sounds go. Anyway, so that's the top skin. The bottom skin reflects how much sustain you're gonna have in your drum. So what does that even mean? That means how long the drum is gonna resonate for or how long it's gonna sing. The tighter this skin is on the bottom, the longer it's gonna sing. Now basically what I'm gonna do with the bottom head, the resonant head, I'm going to tune it the exact same way that I have tuned my batter head. What I mean by that is that I'm going to take the wrinkles out, take my hand off of it, and then I'm gonna go around with the drum dial and then refer to the same number that I had for tension on the batter head and then translate that over to my resonant head. So that way, when you hit the drum, well, we'll go like this, the frequencies move at the same time, so you have the same pitch. It's not low and then high. Now, that's a personal preference and everybody tunes their drums differently, but that's how I get my drum sound. So for all you that are curious as to why my toms sound so good, it's just a really simple technique that I've adapted from a few other players and some really great ideas and then kind of translated into my own way. Now, you can go on and on about tom tuning and you can get into real specifics, but this is easy, especially if you're in a pinch or if you don't know what all the fancy terminology is. All you need is a drum key and a good ear. So if you find yourself having to put a bunch of dampeners on your skins, then maybe try and back off the resonant head a little bit so that you're not getting all that like growliness, all that unwanted frequencies. My word, it does work wonders. And it's worked for me every single time. It's not because the drums are awesome. It's all in your ear and your technique. There's lots of great videos online, but these are my tips. Moving forward, I'm gonna show you how I do the floor tom. This is a little bit different because I've only recently changed the way I tune them. Now, obviously, not everybody has a 16-inch floor tom, but this is my 16-inch floor tom, and I have the same skins on my floor toms as my rack toms, so everything's the same all the way around. And what makes this drum different is that I have put cotton balls in here, if you can see that. That's one little trick that I learned from a couple other drummers. Basically, what's happening is the cotton balls rest on the resonant head. Once you strike down on the batter head, the cotton balls lift up. Once the sound dissipates, the cotton balls then fall down back onto the resonant head, and then that helps kind of muffle the sustain of the drum. So if you have some really low sounding floor toms that just keep on ringing and you're trying to record something or you just don't like the sound overall, might I suggest the next time you put new heads on that you throw a couple cotton balls in there. It's really handy and it's really added a lot to my mixes. Now, it's highly important when you want really big sounding toms in your recording, because instead of trying to manipulate the sound, you get the sound at the source, and this is a great way in manipulating that sound wave to get that desired sound you're looking for. So to recap that, put the head on, take the wrinkles out, do it on the other side of the drum, make sure your tension's the same. If you don't have a drum dial, just do it to ear, and then take the wrinkles out. Bob's your uncle, Rob's your dad's brother-in-law. If you want more tips and tricks like this, please feel free to comment down below, and I will answer to you as quickly as I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.